Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building, and today I got a very special banger lined up for y'all, man. Today I'm gonna be bringing y'all the top 3 best to wear power forwards on NBA 2K21 on next gen, y'all. So when it comes to the power forwards, we all know how overpowered they made them. Now, there is no explanation for that, but all I'm going to do is just bring y'all some of the most rare builds that are going to be usable in any game mode. So, before we get into the making of these builds, man, I just want to say thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang, as well as any new supporters. But, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, if y'all went ahead and ran up those likes, I would appreciate it. It helps me out so much. Go ahead and be sure to turn on post notifications so y'all can catch me in tomorrow's video as well. So as you can see, with the first build we got lined up, it's going to be the glass cleaning finisher. With this build, we're actually going to be making it at 6'9", 213. I made it at the weight what I felt like was going to be most balanced, and on top of that, we are also going to be getting the sharpshooting takeover, y'all. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing, of course, what we need to do is be putting it under the power forward position. Now, when it comes to the height, weight, and wingspan, you are going to be able to change these to what you like, but again, you take a risk when doing that. So feel free to try to explore with something that you like. If you feel like you could adjust the height, weight, or wingspan to something of your liking, I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this: 6'9", 213, and 7'7" for the wingspan. When it comes to the body shape, I really like build. Now let's go ahead and get into these stats, y'all. So with this build, and anyone that I'm going to be bringing y'all, you have to be very specific when it comes to the stats as well as the batch count. It really affects the build name. So what you want to go ahead and do when it comes to the driving layup, go ahead and put this to an 86. But when it comes to the driving dunk, we're actually going to be able to max this out. And then when it comes to the post control, put this to an 86 for 14 badges. Now when it comes to the shooting, go ahead and put the mid-range shot up to an 82. When it comes to the three-pointer, put this to a 78. And then when it comes to the free throw, put this to a 91 for 17 shooting badges. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. What you want to go ahead and do is max out the pass accuracy. Put your ball handle to a 66. If you go anything higher, you will change up the build name. And then when it comes to your speed with ball, go ahead and put this to 73. So this build is actually going to be really good once you max it out and grind it to 99. With that 70 ball handle, you will not be stumbling with your dribble moves anymore. And that is something that is key when it comes to this build. Now when it comes to the defense, max out your perimeter, steal, block, and put your defensive rebound up to a 91, and the offensive will be an 80. So between the playmaking and defense, that's 22 and 20 badges. And then from here, when it comes to the physicals, max out your speed, acceleration, and then when it comes to the stamina, put this to a 62 or a 60, and the vertical is going to be maxed out as well. Now when it comes to the badges on the takeovers, we get the post scoring, glass cleaning, sharpshooting like I said, and then the slashing. Whatever one you want to pick is going to be preferably fine. But for me, I'm going to go with the spot up precision best overall. I would really consider the post scoring, but honestly, the glass cleaning is so nice. I'm going to go with see the future takeover. And as y'all can see, we have made the glass cleaning facilitator, y'all. Now, we got another build coming up, so if y'all made it this far through, go ahead and drop a like or a comment. Whatever y'all do, just let me know who are the loyals, because I appreciate y'all always coming through, showing up and showing out. The next build, as you can see, is the two-way post playmaker, y'all. With this version of the build, you get lockdown as well as rim protecting takeover, but there is also another version of it that does not even get the rim protecting takeover. It really just depends on the way you make it, but with this version, I truly feel like it is going to be the best overall when it comes to this build. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that we need to do when it comes to this build, of course, put it under the power forward position. Now, when it comes to the height, weight, and wingspan, of course, this is going to be adjustable as well. But when it comes to the height, you definitely need to keep this at 6'8". If you go 6'7" or keep it at 6'9", the build name is going to change. The weight will be adjustable. I'm going to go with 218. And then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm going to go with 7'6". The best body shape I like is going to be built or burly. It really comes down to what you like. Now, let's go ahead and get into these stats. So there are a couple different ways that you can make this build like I told you. So the first version that I'm going to be bringing y'all. And honestly, if you want the second version, go ahead and drop a like right now and I will drop that for y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and put my driving layup up to a 92, and then my driving dunk will be a 95. When it comes to the post control, put this to an 83, and our standing dunk will be a 32. That's going to give us 16 badges right there. Then when it comes to the shooting, put your mid-range to an 82. Three-pointer is going to be an 81. And then when it comes to the free throw, that's going to be a 74. So right there, we have 14 badges. And then when it comes to the playmaking, our pass accuracy is going to be an 87. Ball handle will be a 76. And the speed with ball is going to be a 78. Now, we have 23 badges so far. Then when it comes to the defense, max out the interior, perimeter, steal, as well as your block. Now, we can use the rest for the defensive side on the rebounding, or you could go ahead and put it to your physicals. I'm going to go ahead and put my defensive rebound to a 36 for the 21 badges on defense. And the rest of the way, I'm going to max out my speed, acceleration, strength. My vertical is going to be an 87, and I'm going to maintain that 61 stamina on this build. So honestly, this setup is super OP. This build can literally do everything, and once you get it to 99, you get the pro dribble moves. So the takeovers we get are going to be slashing, sharpshooting, lockdown, as well as rim protecting. We get both of the lockdown takeovers. Like I told y'all, the first takeover that I would highly consider, in my opinion, which is going to help out everybody that can get it, is going to be the slashing. But honestly, if you want to go with the sharpshooting, that is completely fine. It really comes down to your play style. The second takeover, in my opinion, is going to be a huge difference when it comes to this build. If you pick rim protecting or lockdown, that is going to be fine. I feel like personally, lockdown is going to be nice, but on this build, stuff blocks will make a huge difference. And as y'all can see, we have made the two-way post playmaker, y'all. Now, we got one more build in store for y'all. So again, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang. But man, go ahead and let me know which build you like so far. Number 1, number 2, and then we have number 3 coming up. But man, before we get into it, I just want to say I truly appreciate y'all. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this build. We are going to be getting the sharpshooting takeover, and on top of that, this is a perimeter defender. So you already know the defense on this build is going to be crazy, especially coming out of the power forward position. You will not know what to expect out of this build. Once it's done be made, you will be completely surprised. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Of course, back at it, we got to go to the power forward position. Then when it comes to the height, weight, and the wingspan, here is where things get interesting, y'all. So go ahead and put the height 6'7" on this build. Do not go anything higher or lower. 6'7" is going to be perfect. Then when it comes to the weight, go ahead and put it at 210 or 211. We still maintain a pretty high strength. Then when it comes to the wingspan on this build, go ahead and put it to 7'1". And then on top of all that, look at these stats and the potential that we get. So when it comes to these, be very specific and follow along, y'all. So as most of y'all know, I love to bring y'all the lockdowns that can get the most out of any category. I want to be able to get all the animations possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put my driving layup to a 78. I found that we can make this build with a 94 driving dunk. And then when it comes to the post control, put this to an 80. So we get all of these slashing animations. And on top of all that, we get post scoring added to our game as well. Can't get any better than that. The 9 finishing badges. Let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Put both our mid-range and three-pointer to an 82. When it comes to the free throw, put this to a 72. And that's going to give us the 13 shooting badges that we want. Then when it comes to the pass accuracy, go ahead and put this to a 77. Ball handle is going to be at 79. And then when it comes to the speed with the ball, this is going to be at an 84. So we get all of the animations on this build so far when it comes to the finishing and the playmaking. And then when it comes to the defense, go ahead and put your interior up to a 67. Max out your perimeter defense at 95. Steal is going to be maxed out at 95, and same thing with the block at an 87. And then when it comes to the defensive rebound, go ahead and put this up to a 74. That's going to bring up the offensive to a 49 for 21 defensive badges. And now when it comes to the physicals, max out your speed, acceleration. When it comes to your strength, we are not going to touch it. But when it comes to the vertical, this will be a 91. And we are going to be able to maintain that 60 stamina if you change up a couple things about the physicals. You don't have to do that. I'm just showing y'all what you can do. But again, if you are one that likes to use at least a 60 stamina, that is why I'm bringing it to y'all. But as you can see, you get all of the animations on this build. Literally a two-way playmaker with slashing animations that can shoot. But it's called a perimeter defender, y'all. Really good build. As you can see, these takeovers, we get the lockdown playmaking, sharpshooting, and of course, we get the slashing. The first one I'm going to go with is going to be spot precision. The second one is going to be completely up to y'all, but this is a lockdown build, so why not pick the lockdown takeover? I'm going with extreme clamps, and as y'all can see, we have made the perimeter defender. Thank y'all so much for watching this entire video through. I truly appreciate it, man. But y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the Rich Gang, as well as any new supporters. Be sure to run up those likes. I would appreciate it, y'all. It helps me out so much. Go ahead and share this banger with your family and friends. And last but not least, be sure to turn on post notice so y'all can catch me in tomorrow's banger as well. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.